Hello, everybody. Welcome to Paranormal Nation Radio tonight. How's everybody doing? Got Cameron, got Denise on here. We're all here tonight.
Yeah,
And
surprise,
I'm
surprise.
dragging again. Damn it. Oh, it's going to be one of those nights.
Yes, it is.
But how's everybody's week been going?
Well, I have to say, my VA appointment was actually somewhat enjoyable for the first time, and I have never had a pleasant doctor's visit like ever. It's always an hour wait just to see your doctor. You go check in, and it's full as crap. You can't go anywhere. The chairs are taken. You got to maintain 6 feet. I've been going to the doctor for quite frequently over the past 3.5 years. This one, I maybe sat down for a minute before the doctor came out and grabbed me. And the funny part is, she was maybe 5'1". So we're having a conversation, and she is staring right here. So she was very polite, very professional, asked direct questions, gentle, understood that there's pain, did what we needed to do. I got there. I was there like a half hour early, and it's a 20-minute drive. I think it was an hour round trip for me instead of like 3 hours normal.
Right.
So it's been better. And I got to give one of my dive team members a promotion today.
Oh, really?
Yep. So we are promoting him to an instructor in a couple weeks. We're going to start the training process and getting him used to talking with people. And I've been pushing this for a couple weeks to a month now. He's very confident. He retains information real well, and he's always professional. He's always polite and respectful with the delegates. So when it came to it, I was recommending to my manager. I'm like, hey, look, this is who I think would be the best. I know this one would like to do it at some point in time, but I don't think he's ready yet. But if we need to, because we do, we do need to get another instructor in. And I brought it up again today, and she was like, we want to do it. Like, perfect. Let's get with him. Do you want me to talk to him now? Well, let's get to him together. Okay, so it was his birthday today, of all days to do this too.
Well,
So we had
better.
Yeah, so we had his birthday pie and celebration. When he went outside for a little bit, and I brought him back, and I'm like, hey, have a seat. Cheryl will be in a minute. So I started talking. We're talking about what we're going to do and everything as far as the rest of the day goes. And then she comes in and was like, hey, we got a little bit of a birthday present for you. And he seems very excited to be getting this opportunity. So I'm like a proud mama bear watching my little bird flap his wings. I did good. He's staying around and going to be an instructor. I'm doing my job right. Yes.
Well, good. You're in a better mood than you have been for a week or two.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. So
it's good to hear some good news with everything that's going on.
Well,
nowadays.
Well, last Friday, let's see. I guess Friday before we had the shows before, I requested a raise and a promotion.
Uh-huh.
And then, of course, that's when they hit us on Monday with, hey, you have to get vaccinated to keep your job.
No, I don't.
And the thing is, as soon as they said exemptions, I'm like, okay, filled one out, got it in. I'm the first one. I guarantee I was the first one.
I bet.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, going to the doctor on Wednesday, finding out all this bad shit that I have. Oops, I'm sorry. Bad stuff I have.
I wasn't first today.
Oh, hey, considering that I've been so sick today, you guys are just lucky you got me. But yeah, I went and I did all this stuff. Okay, so I went to the doctor. I saw the doctor. They said, you have this. And of course, at the time, my mind was not there. It was on, okay, first of all, he didn't explain what it was. That's his fault. And so from there, I went to my dermatologist found out that I have some stress stuff that's on my face and stuff. They gave me antibiotics for that too. So yippee. And so by the time Friday rolled around, I'm trying to figure out what in the heck the doctor said on Wednesday. And I found what it was, can't even say the word of what it is, and not because of any other reason other than I have no clue how to pronunciate this word. And so I went to the doctor and I talked to the doctor and I said, I need to know if this is right. So what happened was the pulmonologist said, we'll see you back here in 6 months. No treatment plan, no other information, just we'll see you in 6 months.
That ain't right.
Like, okay. That's why on Friday I went to my primary care doctor. Actually, I got an appointment with the primary care doctor, but they found out I had a cough, which is a symptom of this thing that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't see me in the office, made me go to urgent care. And they actually had an open appointment at 10 a.m. yesterday. So I ended up going in on Friday and seeing the doctor. And while I was in the office, he was great. He treated me really nice. He looked it up. He called the doctor. He did everything. He said, I'm not getting enough information. I will call you on the phone. And when I was on the phone with him, he asked me about my vaccine status. And the phone call went
downhill from there.
Yep. And then I come to find out, first of all, I was right. The radiologist said, hey, you need to be, more aggressive testing and you need to be seen again in 3 months.
Right.
Okay. So what the pulmonologist and they were on different pages, but it took the primary to find out that they were on different pages. So the primary called me on Monday and said, hey, your pulmonologist is supposed to call you with an updated plan. And I said, I just need a plan. I need a path. I just need to know what I'm supposed to do, what in the heck this thing is, how do I deal with it? And after all the research I've done, and we all know Google's not the best place to research because it's Crohn's disease and I have cancer.
Yep.
So, and I'm going to have diarrhea.
Don't forget anal leakage.
Anal leakage, yes. We all know anal leakage is huge.
Yeah.
But that could be the diarrhea. Maybe it's just a different word for diarrhea.
Right.
But again, I still don't have a path, but I at least now know more than I did before. I know that it's untreatable, that basically I'm going to have to figure out some ways to get these lymph nodes to go down because like I said, if it's just I just have this, then that's fine. But I mean, it could be sarcoidosis, it could be lung cancer, it could be lymphoma, both either Hodgkin's or non-Hodgkin's. So we've got all these different things that it can be. I'm not going to take the route that it's something horrible yet. It's just something that's incurable, and it could go away on its own.
Right.
But again, I need more information. And why is it hurt so bad right here? Is it just my mind? Same as in the paranormal, sometimes our mind makes us believe things.
You can, It's been proven that you can, if you think you are sick long and hard enough,
your
body will actually make you sick.
Right.
And the thing is when I went to the doctor for this, it was a checkup. Ever since my lung collapsed, since I got the nodule 3 years ago, they have to check every year for 5 years to make sure that it didn't turn into cancer.
So I got a question. So when your lung collapsed, did they have to stab you in the lung and open the valve and let air back in?
Yeah, they did. I did have. They did give me something that I wasn't awake. They gave me. I told them that I had a lot of anxiety, so they gave me Ativan, which I call out of it.
Oh yeah.
Out of it, man.
So when I had this, and I showed you the scar earlier, when I had this surgery, it was the first surgery I was ever going to have. And I'm anxious as hell. And they told me, you have to be asleep for this because if you're awake, if you move, you can cause nerve damage.
Yeah.
So they gave me a shot to calm me down, and I bet you it was Ativan. Comes back 10 minutes.
Versed. They gave you Versed. Because Versed makes you go, you're so relaxed. You would mow
it gets better. It gets better.
Yeah.
Gave me the shot, says, I'll come and check on you in a little bit. Comes back 10, 15 minutes later. He's like, you're still anxious, aren't you? I'm still shaking. And I'm like, all right, let me go ahead and give you another one. 20 minutes later, he comes back and he's like, are you still nervous? Yes. Okay, I'm going to give you one more. I can't give you anything more than this. If I give you any more, it could kill you.
Yeah.
He gave me one more shot, took me back to the operating room, put me to sleep. I woke up feeling golden.
Oh yeah.
I respect my parents. I love my parents. So I try not to cuss in front of them. The first things out of my mouth was, where the shit am I? And the nurse, hey, watch your language. I'm sorry, where the hell am I? Hey, okay, why don't you tell me what the is going on? She's like, okay, you're in post recovery. Your surgery's done. I was just talking to him. You've been out for hours.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna take you back to your room, and you're gonna meet your parents there. I'm like, oh crap, I have to shut up.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a filter right now.
Yeah. So
the whole time, my dad was like, you feeling good? You want to go home? You want to go to bed? You hungry? What do you want to get? Tacos. That was the only word I said for hours.
trying to behave, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they gave me Ativan, then they gave me Versed, and they always give me Versed when I'm having surgery. So I already know I'm getting it, and I know that there's no reason to be upset or worried or anything. But yep, they give it to me every time. And I tell Ron, I said, it's the medicine that you give me that I will go mow the yard in a snowstorm. And barefoot and be happy about it. Yeah.
Right.
So, but yeah, my doctors, they've learned to not ask me questions that they expect verbal answers from.
My doctors learned the hard way. If you give me the wrong drugs, I fight.
Oh, well, mine is don't ask me questions you need verbal responses to, because when I'm sleeping, don't wake me up. I don't care if there's somebody waiting for that bed. I'm sleeping. And they go, are you okay?
Mm.
Ron will say something snotty, and then it's we all know. And so they found out that I answer well with my fingers.
Yeah.
Talk a lot
Certain
with the
ones
hands,
get better
right?
response. So when I had to have my back surgery, they had to knock me out as well. And apparently they were trying to put me on the bed, and I decided it would be a great time for me to fight the orderlies. Yeah.
What did they give you then?
I don't know.
See, you need to keep track of that stuff. So
I'm sure they'll keep track of it for me. Hey, he's 6'3" and apparently still stronger than a bear when he's drugged. So,
well, when you're knocked out, Denise, I wonder if the spirits still try to communicate with you.
I don't know. I know that the one time that I died on the table, I don't remember anything, and I'm really upset about it. So, but I'm having endoscopy again on December 10th. Maybe I'll accidentally die again.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
No, they're doing
that's a great conversation. We started so happy, and then it just
you'd be like my brother went down to Leavenworth after he got out while he's in the service. He goes down there because his numbers weren't matching up on his heart, top and bottom.
Yeah.
So they go, okay, no problem. We're going to stop it and restart it.
I think I left the garage.
Did they give him an ablation?
I don't know. All I know is they stopped it and they went to restart it and it wouldn't.
Oh, no.
Well, so my sister-in-law gets a phone call from the VA. Your husband's down here. We stopped his heart. It won't restart. So we're putting a pacemaker in right now.
Oh.
And he got the pacemaker in, and 30 days later, he was out of the military. They kicked him right out.
Well, because of the fact that they can't have that on their hands. You know?
No.
But in my case, it was they gave me too much medication, is what they did. So, in fact, he comes out and he goes, "We think you have sleep apnea." I'm like, "No, I don't. I've had all these surgeries up until February of 2020."
Mm-hmm.
Right? Never ever had I stopped breathing.
Right.
All they had to do was pull my jaw forward and stuff. So I ended up with bruises all over my face. But yeah, so during the beginning of the pandemic, I'm having all this stuff in doctors' offices and all that stuff. And it's like, told me I
Right.
died, and I was like, but I'm
Yeah.
here. But again, like I said, I don't know, but I have had paranormal experiences while I've been in the hospital.
Well, yeah, a hospital has all the spirits in it.
Oh yeah, I mean Menorah Medical Center and different parts of that here in Overland Park. It's St. Joe Medical Center over in Kansas City, Missouri. I've had this last surgery alone. I had a couple of different spirits come in there, and I did not realize that I was actually in the same area I was in when I gave birth to one of my kids, because they had changed St. Joe Medical Center.
Right. They changed it around.
Well, they changed it around because they're not doing babies anymore.
Right.
So there's no birthing center. So I was one of the first people to use the birthing center with Lindsay, and then I used it for Lindsay, Lauren, and Leah. And so I've been there for 4 children's births, Ron's gallbladder surgery, my gallbladder surgery, a couple other surgeries that were done with my obstetrician. I can't remember anything else, but I mean, you figure I've been put to sleep there more times than anywhere else in
Right.
that's not my house.
Right.
And so one of my experiences there, this one was really strange. My grandmother died 4 days before. Was it 4 days? She died just before my daughter was born. My daughter Lindsay.
Right.
And I'm sitting there in the bed, and I know that my grandmother's memorial service is getting ready to start. It's 8:30 in the morning, and Lindsay was born at 7:29 our time. 8:30, 8:29 in the morning in Maryland.
Right.
So my grandmother came to the hospital to see the baby. And so while I was giving birth, I have Dr. Caruso there, and Ron is on this side of me.
With like
There's
Robinson Crusoe?
No.
Oh,
No.
come on.
Well, funny story.
See, I'm here to bring the laughs back to the harder conversation.
Well, this is actually
That's what I'm good at.
This is paranormal. So
yeah, this is paranormal.
Yeah, this is paranormal. And
okay,
so
I can give y'all a laugh as well.
So
if y'all ever wondered how Texan I am, I keep a bottle of hot sauce at my computer desk.
I keep an angel at my desk because I know that I'm going to hell in a handbasket. So
I mean, my backside's gonna feel like hell later, so
that's back to anal leakage, and we're not
right.
So I'm here in the bed, and I've just given birth to this kid that I'd been up all night. It's only a 4-hour labor, but here she is. She's born, and I can feel my grandmother's hands on my shoulder because I looked back. Ron kept going, "Why do you keep looking back? There's nothing over there. There were monitors over there, but nothing for him to see."
Right.
And I said, "I'll tell you later." Okay. Because you didn't want to tell people that.
You didn't want to tell the doctor down there and everything going, hey, my grandmother's standing right here,
1989,
Yeah.
And so they clear out the room. My grandmother's still there. Okay. This is about an hour later. They have the baby cleaned up. They have her in the cradle across the room from me, about 20 feet. Okay. These birthing rooms were huge. I'm in the bed, and I'm still tied up to the Pitocin and the IV and all this other stuff. I can't get out of bed without somebody coming to help me out of bed.
Right.
Because after you give birth, your legs are kind of wobbly. And all that stuff. So I'm sitting there waiting because, I'm hungry. I hadn't had anything to eat since 3:00 the day before. And here it is. It's 9:30 in the morning. They finally bring me some food and stuff. And they go, "Oh, you've gotten out of bed." And I look around the room and I go, "No." And I look over at the cradle, and it's rocking. My grandmother's sitting there rocking the cradle and caressing the baby. And I said, no, I haven't been able to get out of bed, but I really do need to go to the bathroom. And she looked again at the cradle and at me and at the cradle. I said, my grandmother's visiting. And she goes, you're not allowed to have visitors. I said, my grandmother doesn't listen. and so she, the nurse, she kind of backed out of the room and she went home. I got another nurse and I never saw that nurse again while I was there the whole time. And, but yeah, my grandmother was there with me, and my mom thinks that she was trying to wait to die until after the baby was born. And if you know the history of Ruby, my mom died right after he was born.
Right.
But so apparently we have this family thing going on that's not very good.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody dies. So, but, and the thing is, it's happened many times in my family. But again, my grandmother had made an appearance before that too, when I was there for a stress test in another part of the hospital because I was late. Lindsay was 11 days late. My grandmother died 7 days before she was born. And I had to go in for a non-stress test. Right. And my grandmother made herself known then. And I didn't say anything to anyone about that. But Lacey saw her and she said, Grandma. And so Lacey had saw her, knew that she was there, but they didn't understand because Lacey was like, what, 2.5? You don't take a 2.5-year-old very seriously. So, but when we went to the hospital back here in February, when I was in that room, my mom kept coming in. She kept walking over to check on me.
Right.
And I was like, it's the only time, because I knew it was her. I could smell it was her. I didn't see her. I could hear her and smell her. I could not see her. But it felt like my mom because I've told everybody, I have not seen my mom since she died. It's sad, but, I'm not the kid that needed her the most. The kid that needed her the most is the one that still needs her.
Right.
And she's there. And I know it. And I'm fine with that. Right. But she kept checking on me in there. And what was even funnier was that it was strange when the guy looked at me and he goes, I know you. You were on Ghost Adventures. And I'm like, and here I am, my shirt's up. I don't have on a bra because I just had surgery. And they're looking at all my holes. And he's looking at my face and going, you were on Ghost Adventures. I just watched that the other night. I'm like,
great time for this conversation, buddy. Let's keep it rolling.
Yeah, I am. I'm just out of surgery. Perfect time to be talking to me about Ghost Adventures. And it's like, I had to laugh. But at Menorah Medical Center, when I was in there with the collapsed lung and stuff, during one of the nights that I was there, this spirit came in my room and was confused. I think they had just died. And so they sat down in my chair and they were looking around. And of course, I was on medication. Okay. I was on medication, but it wasn't really working because the tube was, they said it was about as big around as your pinky. Mm-hmm. And I asked them, theirs or mine? Because mine's really little.
Yeah. So there's the difference between you and me.
Right.
Yeah. So, here I have this big, huge tube in here. I can't really turn. I can't really move around. Every time I move, I cry. It was horrible, but they had me on some pain medicine, but yeah, it didn't seem to help. So was I hallucinating? Was I not? The next morning I asked, I said, did this lady pass away? And I described her and she goes, that was the lady next door. And I was like, okay, this is not good. I said, she had a message for her son. And she goes, oh. And she goes, did you go out there? And I said, again, I'm hooked up to this thing that's sucking the crap out of my lung. I can't go anywhere. They have an alarm on my bed because I can't get up.
Right.
Because they didn't want me to get up. Apparently I was a fall risk. on top of everything else, which probably with all the medication in my system, I probably was. But, you know, it was just odd that I described this woman to her. And, you know, when you're in the hospital, I came up in the middle of the night from the ER. So they had me in the ER. That's where they did all my stuff. And they brought me upstairs at like 12:45 in the morning. So 12:45 a.m. I'm brought upstairs. I don't know where in the heck in the hospital I am. I don't know anything other than I'm in the hospital. They didn't have any food for me. And the only thing I'd had to eat the day before was a half a cider mill donut. What I remember most is the horrible sugar-free green Jell-O that they brought me.
Oh, that stuff is so terrible.
Yes.
So
and they brought me two.
Oh, so I've got a funny little story. So the point in time when you find out morphine doesn't affect you, is not when you need morphine. That's the worst time to find out that it doesn't work on you.
Or that it causes morphine migraines.
Didn't have that problem.
That was horrible.
But I was at physical therapy, and it was one of those days where my back was flaring up like crazy. Had to use 2 canes to walk, handed my canes to one of the staff members, and just fell into the pool. That was the easy. I wasn't going to go to the stairs. I was getting in the pool from point. Like, well, it's risky for you to use these because it's wet around here. You might slip. Okay, here you go. Shunk. Right down. Didn't care. The owner got pissed at me. He's like, you can't do this. And it's a safety factor. Dude, I can swim with just my arms better than anybody else here. It's my back that's causing problems. I'm having issues walking. I just wanted to get from point A to point B as quick as possible. Could barely do any of the physical therapy. Was fighting to do anything. And I was only there for like 20 minutes and had to go to the ER, and they still charged me for a lesson or a session. But they were like, all right, we're going to try a massage to see if this works. Get on the bed. It took me about 5 minutes just to get on the bed.
You just wanted the massage.
Yeah, I love massages. So get down, they do the massage, and I'm like, oh, this feels great. This is good. They're gentle. The hot rocks feel amazing. Massage is over. I've got to get up. I can't move anymore without being in excruciating pain, like being shot pain. So I'm trying. You know, they're trying to help me. They're being as gentle as they can. I'm too big. That's what it comes to, just too damn big for me to get help from the staff they had there. So they're like, do you want us to call an ambulance? Because we can't think of another way to get you over. I'm like, yes, please. So these guys rolled up strong. I'm talking, I had 5 people come in one ambulance just for me. That's a lot of people to squeeze in one ambulance with my big ass. So, I mean, they were pretty decent sized guys. And they were like, what's going on? Told them everything. Okay, we're going to give you some morphine. See if this helps. He's like, this isn't going to get rid of the pain, but this is going to get rid of your ability to give an F about the pain.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, great, let's find out. So they start trying to work with me, and they told me, we either have to roll you now or we have to roll you at the hospital. What do you want to do? I'm like, can I just stay on my stomach, please? No, we have to put you on your back. Okay. And it was that Band-Aid. 1, 2. Oh! They handed me my shirt. I bit down on my shirt. They gave me 2 shots of morphine.
Oh.
Didn't do it. I didn't feel it. Didn't do anything for me. I was in pain the whole freaking way. Got to the hospital and they had the good drugs again.
Yeah.
Now I'm feeling better.
Mm-hmm. And they gave me morphine when I had my hysterectomy, again at Menorah Medical Center, where I've had a few experiences. And I ended up with a migraine from it. And I had to tell my obstetrician, Dr. Caruso's son, see, funny story, Dr. Caruso.
And hi to Chrissy and Bobby.
He had a son.
Yep.
he had a son who was a doctor as well. So Dr. Alfred delivered 3 of my kids. Dr. Peter delivered the last one. Dr. Peter delivered my 2 grandkids and is the obstetrician to 2 of my daughters. We kept it in the family.
Clearly.
He's seen a lot of stuff in that family.
Yeah, a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't get to see.
Right.
Oh, crap. It's
Right.
this group again.
What?
So the thing is he'll tell me, he knows that he's allowed to share their information with me. So it works out. And I think it's good because he has my medical history for their medical history.
Right.
Directly, not indirectly, like a lot of people only can get it indirectly. He knows that I know my medical history, and he has it straight from his father from the time that I was 19 years old to now.
Right.
So you can't get a better
10 years, that's not a long time.
10. Yeah.
I know how often we all say we're 29, and there's only one of us here.
Yeah, I know. Right here.
No, I'm very proud that I'm 56. So, because I know I don't look 56, 99.
No, you don't.
My body feels like it's 66, so.
Yeah.
This morning I felt like I was 106 and should have been pushing up daisies. But, like I said, as far as history goes, he's got it. And he can diagnose probably all 4 of my daughters with whatever it is he needs to diagnose them with, knowing my history. But like I said, I trust him. I trusted him with my kids, and that tells you a lot. So if you're in the Kansas City area and you're looking for an obstetrician, gynecologist, Dr. Peter Caruso's it. That's our informational commercial today.
So I need to send him one of those people that are confused about their genders. Got it.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure that they know.
So what'd you guys do on Halloween?
I went trick-or-treating.
Killed zombies.
Did you?
Yeah.
You played games killing zombies all weekend. Yeah.
We took Ruby and Clover trick-or-treating, and Ruby was Jack Skellington, and Clover was Sally from the show. Mm-hmm. And they had a great time. I'm
a little too big. I could be the mayor.
Well, I got Ruby a mare. I got him a little stuffed mare. It's his favorite character. Because I got tired of trying to hunt down this little one that he has.
Mm-hmm.
On vacation, we had to make sure he was in the car every time we stopped. Make sure he stayed in the car and had to do it's just like checking for my wallet and keys, my phone. Mom, do you have your wallet and keys in your phone? Yes. Do we have the mare?
Where's the mayor?
Yeah, we couldn't go anywhere without the mayor. And
they actually explain how every single character died. The mayor broke his neck. Oogie Boogie was skinned alive.
What show are you talking about?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh.
Let's see. Of the 3 kids, one of them was drowned. One of them froze to death.
That's Lock, Shock, and Barrel.
Lock, Shock, and Barrel.
That's sad, isn't it?
Yeah, no, that ruined as soon as I found that photo, my childhood was over.
Ruby, we took The Nightmare Before Christmas and a DVD player to Vegas.
Let's see if I can find that real quick.
So I've seen the wiki for it.
Right.
But that Dr. Finkelstein had to have been poisoned because
the doctor was poisoned.
Because Sally poisons him every day and he doesn't die. And so, but we're having a Nightmare Before Christmas birthday party for him, dress-up party.
Oh, really?
For him at their house, and we got him all the little characters for Cake Topper, so he can and then he can play with them after that.
Right.
And we got him
So Jack was burned alive. Oogie Boogie was skinned. The mayor was broken neck.
And
Sally was dismembered. Locke was frozen. Shock was suicide. Barrel was drowned. Zero was electrocuted, and the doc was poisoned.
That's why Zero's nose
glows.
Yep. So I got Ruby this really cute
fun fact for the day
tapestry with all the characters on it, including Santa or Sandy Claus. And so
the
we got all
music
that.
they had for that show was still phenomenal.
Oh, it is. And they're
Like just like Tarzan, the guys they get for these Disney movies are going way too hard on the music. Like it's a kids movie. You don't have to get this 5-star artist because now all the parents are going to be like, "What?"
That's why they do it.
The song that they do for Tarzan was played at one of my friends' funerals, so I can't watch that without crying. I mean, I'm serious. It was the
if
very
only we had rights for that music.
So, well, you want to see me cry? But yeah, it was a great time with the kids, and it was cooler than we wished it was. But we'd also taken them out for trunk or treats,
right,
on Saturday as well.
Yeah,
and so Ruby got to do that, and I got to be disrespected by one of our school board members at that. Figured out. I said, "So, are you for CRT?" And he said, "I think that all of our kids need that." I said, "Well, then I know who not to vote for. Thank you." I walked away. And he said, he yelled, he goes, "You're a racist." And I was like, "This is a kids event. You're being the child." And the cop, there was a cop right next to him. And the cop goes, "Sir, you need to control yourself."
I would have turned around and said, "Hey, everybody, that's who's running. That's who's in office. We need help."
He was handing out flyers. They already knew.
Oh.
So, but again, I didn't get to vote on the school board election.
Right.
Nobody was running in mine. I did, like I said earlier, I voted no. I am not having a 400% tax increase on my house.
Well, I figured you'd be there.
That's one thing that's going to be nice if I get that 100%.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
No, I figured you'd be down there with David and Charles. They was down in your area.
Oh, no, that's even further. Weren't they down in Eureka Springs?
Yeah, but they was also at the Garnett House.
Oh, we didn't.
That's where they did the Halloween.
I do apologize.
Sure,
I keep having to check my phone. I'm training one of my employees on a new piece of equipment. She's got a lot of questions, and David's messaging me, and I'm like, when I do these things, like, what? Why? I'm busy. Can't I get 2 hours to myself?
No, because when you have time to yourself, you do things you're not supposed to do. So that's why we're keeping you busy.
That's right.
That's
yeah.
I can't argue that point.
Okay, I have been getting messages from my sister that I was texting earlier, and she's sending me messages about the 7-Eleven that she works at, telling me how to get it off the report. And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I can't help you." And she goes, "Oh my God," she goes, "I can't believe I did that." I was like, "Donna."
Hi, Nick.
Hey, Nick.
Hi, Nick.
So
I'm seeing a lot of names that I don't recognize. I'm Cameron. I bring the funny.
He brings the funny over here.
Sometimes
he's our resident skeptic.
Yes. Which reminds me, resident skeptic.
How many?
Is that old guy behind me still?
No, not him. I want to know how you're doing with your black seed oil.
I finally finished the bottle and I bought pills. Okay. You could have told me it tasted like drinking a tree. And I'm not talking about like think thick oak trees. It's not maple syrup. No. It's exactly what you would expect eating a actual tree would taste like. And the taste does not go away. No. I bought sour candy. I've got two more bags of sour candy. I bought a crap ton of sour candy just to deal with the aftertaste. It is terrible. Holy shit, I got a soda in the freezer.
Yeah, folks, if you've never watched this show, you never know what will happen on it. It's not so normal around here. But hi, Chrissy. She's from Indiana, Shadow Seekers Paranormal. Nice to meet y'all.
Nice to meet all of you. I'm Denise, if you don't know.
Right.
And Nick has introduced me in the group chat on the site. And I've been in the paranormal. I've been having paranormal experiences for over 50 years. been seeing spirits most of that time.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows how long I really was seeing them? I just can count back to when I was 4.
Right.
So
I got to get with you on time frames and everything. I got a house up here. I want you and Ron to come up and help investigate with us.
oh, okay.
I stopped by Walgreens on my way home. I wanted something to drink, and I'm like, I want it cold, and I forgot about the show. So
As always,
I put it in the freezer. I'm like, it'll be cold quick. And we started about taste and stuff, and it just clicked. I'm like, oh no! So I had to make sure my grape soda didn't explode.
Oh, so is it slushy now?
No, it's still just like little colder than fridge temp.
yeah,
But it's at that border where it was gonna start turning slushy.
that even better. Grape slushies.
They are, but if I want my grape soda, I want it to be grape soda.
Yeah, grape slushies don't have fizz. So
Yeah, Nick, you are. Thank you for inviting us. Folks, we're over, if you're listening at all the places we're on, we're also over on Things Network on Facebook. They got a lot of great shows over there. So come on over there and check out a bunch of their shows.
So,
and if you like me, you can check out my show on the Bill of Rights Network.
You're right.
Or you can check out my show on WBHN.com. I've been on hiatus for a little while because of some family stuff.
Right.
And
yeah, we just had to plug ourselves real quick, Carl.
Yeah, November.
Hey, nothing wrong with that here.
Did we tell Denise about you whoring me?
I did.
Did we?
No.
No, okay, Denise. So when Carl came down, we wanted to make some food and hang out, play some cards, kind of relax from what had happened with that situation.
Right.
So we go to Kroger just down the street. It's like 5 minutes away. It's not far. And we're checking out, and one of the ladies is looking at me up and down. And she's like, holy crap, how many tattoos do you have? Like, I got a lot. Did they hurt? Well, some of them did, some of them not so much, but I'm also really weird and have a very high pain tolerance.
No, you
I actually fell asleep. Yeah, that too. I actually fell asleep on a couple of them, and they started asking questions, and Carl, I'm checking out and getting ready to go, not thinking anything of it, and Carl turns around and goes, if you want to see more of him, you can go to the Bill of Rights Network on Facebook, and starts talking about the Second Amendment Ranch, the network, all this, and I'm like, are you a pimp right now?
Actually,
hey,
what
it
you
worked.
know is when you have a radio show, regardless, even if people aren't into what you're talking about, you are going to pimp your show to anybody who will listen.
That's
I will
right.
talk to anybody, and I will make the paranormal come up in any conversation. Ron will tell you this. How the paranormal come up in that situation, I don't know. I find a way. Today, they were going, oh my God, it's a haunted house. And in the library, okay, very loud in the library. And I look, and they go, you gotta be quiet. I go, oh, you don't have to be quiet. I said, I was on Ghost Adventures. And they're like, what? You were? For what? And, like, Sally House. And they go, oh. And I was like, don't worry about it. It's not haunted anymore. But again, I said, haunted, you don't ever have to be quiet about that around me. I said, I'll talk to you about it all day long if you want to.
That's like me and things that go boom.
Well, last week, we had, Halloween at work. So on Wednesday, we were supposed to dress up, and they go, we had to have our video on, and I put my video on, and they go, well, Denise, what are you? I said, I'm a serial killer's granddaughter. It's what I am every day. And my boss goes, what? And my current boss goes, yeah, it's true.
Mm-hmm. It is, folks.
So it was really funny there. So the next day I dressed up, I put on a black shirt, and I had a all black mask on, and I had my background blurred in Zoom because in Teams we can blur our backgrounds. And so I looked like a shadow figure. And somebody goes, how do we know that's Denise? I said, how do you know? So
you should have gotten a voice modulator.
Yeah. And went, I don't know who this is.
Well, I said, if I'd have thought it was that easy, I said I'd have sat a doll in my chair and taken care of that. But how do I? But yeah, I thought it was weird that all of a sudden our company decided, hey, we want everybody to dress up for Halloween.
So did mine, and only
that way they could sit there and go, oh, line up for the jab.
Yeah, my employer wanted me to do it, and I told my manager, if you wear something, I'll wear something. I'm like, I got an American flag onesie, and y'all see me wear it on the show. I had to wear that to work. And the neighbors next to us decided to take photos. So if you see a big old fat guy in the middle of a parking lot looking at his phone in an American flag onesie, that's me.
Yeah, folks, and they did make it in his size, believe it or not.
Yeah, it's rare. It's hard to find, but they do make onesies in Shrek.
Are they feet? Do they have feet in them?
No.
Oh, because I have a ton of footy pajamas that I hope to be putting for sale when we move south.
Right.
You'll only need them about a week a year.
Yeah. So, and as you can see, it's cold to me today. We just turned our heat on today, and we've been in the 30s for how many days?
I think we
turned
actually
ours on yesterday.
Nope, I turned the heat on today.
Yeah.
So,
I know, it's cold out.
It is. It's moist and yucky out. It feels like November.
It's right now. Let me pull this up. It is.
Our low tonight is 50.
Well, right now it's not bad. It's 47 out.
Yeah.
We had 47 Thursday night.
But it was 28 degrees this morning.
Did you get snow yesterday?
Not up here, we didn't.
I know Cheryl Ann did up in Lincoln.
Right. And I know a few down in Kansas City had spits and sputters.
Yeah, Ron said he saw some going towards Pittsburgh, Kansas, which is south of here.
Right.
He said he saw some. I said it just looks like it's going to snow.
I don't worry about it until I can track a rabbit in it. And then I know how many snows we're going to have. Hey, it works.
I'm not worried about how much snow we're going to get.
I'm not either.
I think that we're going to have.
They're predicting this year for Texas, it's going to be worse than it was last year. And if y'all remember last year,
horrible.
You better get ready.
I'm planning on stocking up on some firewood, and I'm thinking about picking me up a little generator.
Generators are really expensive.
Yeah, you're looking at about $350.
Oh, that's cheap. I was thinking.
Yeah, you can get a 350 4,500 watt generator from Harbor Freight.
Yeah, that's all we would need.
When we move, I told Ron, I said I want to have one built in.
Right. Those are expensive.
Yeah, they're worth it if you live in an area that's hurricane prone.
Yeah, my parents just put one in.
Like I said, it's going to be, that's non-negotiable. That I have to have that. I mean, I was the hurricane contact. Well, I was the disaster contact.
I'm honestly surprised though. This hurricane season was very tame for Texas.
And
yeah, it was
as well.
Louisiana did get screwed back to back though. We were supposed to get hit. But it said, just like Joe Biden's polling, nope.
Yeah, it was, this was not the worst hurricane season ever. Last year was horrible.
And the year before, 2018 was pretty rough too. I think that was when Harvey came through. That year, actually, we didn't have. Was that 18 or 19?
I think it was 17 because I gave money.
Was that long ago?
Yeah, I think so.
Crap,
I haven't been
there because we had Harvey and then the tropical storm a little bit after Harvey, and the tropical storm just came. It wasn't as windy, but it dropped just as much water as Harvey.
I think this year up around our area up here, we're due for an ice storm. We haven't had a real bad ice storm in several years.
Yeah, we haven't lost.
Yeah, you can have that back. Yeah. There you go. All yours, Carl.
Yeah, when we get it, remember, I'm sending it down your way.
No, you're just going to fly back down like, hey, it's warmer down here. Can I have the couch again?
I don't know if I want to do that or not now with the way the flights are going.
Yeah.
You heard Barbara DeSantis.
Yeah.
She flew in, right?
She couldn't get out, did she?
Well, she got... This was stupid. You fly from Florida, they went to Denver.
Right.
And then waited over there. She couldn't get on the airplane because they couldn't find a crew to fly the airplane.
Did she rent a car and drive to Kansas City?
No, they later on they found one, and I just had a message on there a little while ago that she landed in Kansas City and her son picked her up.
Thank God.
Yeah.
You know, when we went to the event, or while we were in Vegas, Michelle LeBaron was down in Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
They ended up having to take a train to get back home because of the airlines. And she lives in Reno. So she went from Arizona, the Vulture City, Paracon, to Reno. Well, you figure it's 8 hours to Reno from Vegas.
Right.
Nick just sent me a friend request on Facebook. I guess I'm making him laugh.
Who is Nick?
Nick.
Yeah. Oh, you'll get a kick out of Nick. He's got a couple of shows over here on the Things Network. You got to check him out. I love the guy. He's hilarious.
You when you meet him in person, you will fall in love with him right away. He is a guy.
Yeah.
And he
hey, Nick.
I'm not sugarcoating it. You'll love his enthusiasm. Is the thing that people love about Nick the most.
You should have seen him dressed up on Halloween on the shows. It was awesome.
You're like a sack of rocks, but that's a whole different thing.
And I weigh about as much of him as him too. So
yeah, he does.
So, but no, I
your suspension found that out the hard way.
Yeah.
So
my little Subaru went, oh my God.
What the hell?
How's Tammy? And
sore, hurting, painful, pain in the ass. What else?
Well, so she's normal.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, she's in a lot of pain.
I know she is. Are they doing anything for her yet? Anything?
No, we go back in Thursday to the orthopedic so they can check and see how things are going with it and everything. I got her new slings today, the mesh ones, where she can wear it in the shower.
Good.
Oh, so, that's good. That's gonna keep that smell away.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Plus, it's they gave her the original one that she still has on as a child's, so it was way down past the wrist. Her hand wanted to.
Yeah.
It hurt, right?
Yeah.
This one's long enough; it goes up halfway up the hand to hold it.
Good.
I think when I fractured my wrist, that's all I could fit in at that point in time. But that was 2002.
What, when you were 14?
Something like that. I was a big ass kid, and
it's pretty bad when you went to the emergency room the first time at Cameron, and we don't have one big enough, so I had to put this on you. Then when we turn around a week and a half later and see the orthopedic surgeon over there, which happens to be at Cameron Hospital, we need to get you a bigger one. He walks back in and goes, they don't have one.
Why didn't they order?
And I went, do they have a bigger than a little bitty Band-Aid in this place? Because your Band-Aid station is all you are.
That's wrong. So
that's terrible.
Okay, now Gary. How's Gary?
He's recovering. We'll put it that way.
Is it good? Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say he's probably done with the paranormal and everything.
Is he done with the paranormal because of his health?
I would say probably his health and missing his wife real bad.
I can see that.
Right. But, yeah.
Well, just tell Gary that we're thinking about him.
Oh, I know. Everybody sent their prayers and everything to him. I've sent it to him, and it's
Is he
there again, people? There's another instance with this shot. Pastor Gary and his wife are both up in their mid-70s, and she took the shot. He didn't. She took the shot.
Well, I told him not to. He asked my opinion.
And because she took the shot, she passed away 4 days after she took the shot.
She took the shot while she had COVID?
I take that back. Okay. A week before she got the shot. Okay. She went, that week she got the shot. 3 days later, found out she had COVID. And then 4 days after that, passed away. And then not even a week and a half later, Pastor Gary turns around and has a heart attack and has a triple bypass done. And you know, Gary was in pretty good shape.
Yeah, he said he hadn't seen a doctor besides a chiropractor or a holistic doctor in years. I mean, we just talked to him about that at his retirement.
Right.
I mean, that's just sad. He had his retirement, and 2 weeks later, he's mourning his wife.
Right.
You know, it's all very fast. And it just tells us all that we need to live our life to the fullest, because we don't know when they're going to
live it to the fullest. Do everything. If you're in the paranormal, go investigate. You know, go to a cemetery.
Yeah, but
get drunk with a giant bear and watch me hold up a wall.
Yeah.
Well, watch a wall hold me up.
No, go to Houston, take Cameron out and take him down to south of Houston to the killing fields and go out there and investigate.
After he's had tequila?
Oh, yeah. God. So we're doing a strip show paranormal show. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Burlesque Paranormal After Hours with Cameron.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be paranormal.
That'll be the ratings. That'll be the ratings.
Sasquatch with Casper? What the hell?
Trying to figure out what you're looking at is going to be what.
It's a full moon tonight. Oh, that's somebody's ass.
I figured Cameron dress up as Bigfoot and go walk around.
I don't have to.
I know.
Actually, here pretty soon, his beard will be back in full swing, and
it's getting there.
It is. Like I said, black seed oil will make everything grow in good.
Well, this is still growing slow. This is about double the length. It's coming in like weeds. It's a lot heavier than it used to be.
Yep. That's what happens. That's why I suggest don't shave your legs until you're ready to shave them every week. If you're a woman.
I was about to say, does it really look like I'm going to shave?
I don't think you are.
He'd have to have a brush hog.
Chrissy, I am 6'3". I am 6'3" and 280 pounds, and I can crush an apple with one hand.
He's the size of a linebacker.
With the brain size of a
goldfish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Goldfish.
He said it.
Goldfish brain or a goldfish?
Goldfish. I'll let you make that determination.
So
I'll add you to the Things Network chat and pay later today.
And add Denise and all of it. This is Paranormal Nation Radio. Not so normal, folks.
I bring the not so normal.
Well, we all do. We do talk about paranormal. We do
bring up politics as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, Chrissy, I'm so growing up, me and my sister and brother were all adopted. My sister was born a month before I was. So we grew up real close together. And I would constantly steal her formula all the time. So yeah.
But
you could say I ate my Wheaties as a kid.
But talking paranormal about this, okay, me and Cameron do a show over on the Bill of Rights Network, Second Amendment Ranch. And we've done it for quite a while. We've known each other for quite a while. I've been doing Paranormal Nation Radio for a long time. Cameron became co-host. Well, I invited Denise on. Denise and Cameron, the first time they met, we was talking about who's behind us, right? And Denise was telling Cameron about a woman standing behind him, right? Now, remember, me and Cameron's known each other, 2 years now?
I think we're coming up on 3 years.
Could be 3 years. It's gone by so fast, it's hard to remember.
2 years. No, I think it's 2 years. I think this November is 2 years.
But anyway,
she
was describing the lady behind Cameron. And all of a sudden, Cameron you almost went into tears.
I was fighting it.
He was fighting it. And we're sitting here, we didn't know. And Denise said something about it. She appears to be your mom. And I'm going, well, that ain't right. Because I know Cameron talks about his mom and dad and everything. This is before I knew Cameron was adopted.
We also found out you and me are related.
Yes, we did. But
And Chrissy, if you ever want to see me size comparison to anything, you can check out my TikTok.
right. But that's what Cameron really got into the paranormal, is when Denise explained to that one to him. And I mean, and you can ask Cameron, when she described, that was basically the last picture you had seen of her, right?
I never seen my mom, but I'd heard about her.
Right. You'd heard the description.
Oh, crap.
Yeah. So
I got a new TikTok fan.
Yeah.
You can't talk about what I do on there here. Just going to make that clear.
No, you can't, folks. He's got followers over on his TikTok. He does some.
I do some weird things over there.
Shady stuff. We'll put it that way.
Oh, so I'm not. Well, I'm not on TikTok, so you're not going to find anything shady on me other than, hey, she says it like it is, and the scariest thing about my background is we don't get suicidal, we get homicidal.
That's right.
I think the two videos that have blown up the most are when I get dressed up like Peaky Blinders, and when I try and walk through a door and prove that I can get stuck if I walk in straight. That and crushing the apples.
And Chrissy wants to know, what's your TikTok?
Oh, Schnitzel.
Schnitzel? That's the name of his TikTok.
He's cussing. He's cussing. That's why he said Schnitzel.
Right.
I'm working on it. Broken Viking 28.
He is a broken Viking, folks.
That's weird. I'm Broken Viking 27. Awesome.
And that's the voice from beyond.
Yeah, it's like we planned it.
Yeah.
He just came in. And
Yeah.
So
the other guest that randomly makes appearance to make fun of me. And
folks,
ladies and gentlemen, if you ever watch when we do the paranormal and start bringing out the echo box and dowsing rods, they like to make fun of me a lot.
Yeah, they do.
yes, the spirits have some sarcasm, lots and lots of it, and they can be really rude to skeptics, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just don't like me.
So, but there is, that guy came back a little bit ago, just letting you know, while you were talking about, when you said schnitzel, he came back.
I guess he's German.
Maybe he's hungry.
Ooh, schnitzel. No, I was cussing. Who are you? Give her a name.
How many's around me tonight that's
3.
going through here? Huh?
Oh, that's a low number tonight.
Maybe because it's cold. Maybe they're frozen.
Yeah.
Somewhere. Or maybe they were flying American. Who knows?
That's right. They're flying American.
I had an appointment to get 2 girls missing me.
So.
But they're flying American. They can't get here. The portal is slow today. They got to find a crew to open it up.
Yeah. Apparently, if you're not vaccinated, you can't come through.
Right.
Where's your vaccine card?
Yeah, but they're proving that.
But there should be a lot of spirits out there that got vaccinated.
Yeah, and they're proving that if you got vaccinated and you go fly, the blood clots are happening.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, if you got a card for this, what's going to stop them from making you get a card for anything else?
Exactly.
I mean, we have to get a license to hunt. We have to get a license to fish, a license to drive.
That's why they can't.
Now, driving, I can understand. Hunting and fishing, I can understand regulating what you catch and kill.
Hey, April, tell Chris I said hi.
Telling people they have to have a license to do an activity, even if it's just catch and release, makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
Right.
Requiring specific the government likes to steal your freedoms and then sell them back to you.
That's what it is.
And I watched the video last night. I watched a couple videos where a guy called the police and he was like, "Hey, I'm going to do a Second Amendment protected activity. I'm going to take my AR over my back in Texas, mind you, over my back with a barrel flag sticking out so it's shown that it's free and clear. And I'm going to have the barrel pointed down. The most peaceful manner you can carry his firearm." And they were telling him, you shouldn't do this. If you break any law, we're arresting you immediately, even if it's just jaywalking. If you do this, and we get a lot of calls, we're going to arrest you for disturbing the peace. So they were threatening to arrest. He was letting them know, hey, I'm doing a protected activity. I'm doing something that's well within my constitutional rights and my state's rights. This is a heads up in case you get a lot of calls for you to inform the public. And the cops were just continuing to threaten to arrest him.
And where was this?
This was in North Texas. He didn't say what. I think it was north of Dallas. Yeah, Chrissy, again, I'm the skeptic, so I don't do a lot of paranormal stuff. That's why I said we can't talk about what I do there here.
But he has been live here on StreamYard when we did a live investigation watching.
Yeah.
And listening and talking.
So we will be having some live investigations.
Yes, we will.
It's just getting started back up now since all the drama that we've had. I mean, it's health drama is what we've been
How's
having.
Gary doing?
That's a long story.
Long story.
Yeah.
We talked about that already.
All right.
He's doing
She'll
okay.
fill me in, I guess.
And I'll fill him in.
Yeah, you'll fill him in.
But yeah, we talk about all kinds of things. I mean, we talk about how our day was, how our week was, how vacation was, different people. Well, yeah, what vacation? Talk about voting.
My beard.
His beard, his tattoos.
My 9 beards.
His dog. We talk about his dog.
Yeah, how retarded he is.
Yep.
They're wanting to go out to the bathroom right now, and I'm like, you just went out a little bit ago, so you can leave me the hell alone.
His dogs think.
Well, they hear my voice. They know when they want to go out.
Yeah,
it's like
they do. Believe me.
Carl would go out, and Peppers, she would stay out in the sun. Now it's getting to that point in time where she's like, well, I don't want to be outside right now. It's a little cold.
Yeah.
She would. I'd be over there. I'd go outside, smoke a cigarette, and take one out, and then I'd hear the door rattle.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd have to open it up. Here come the other one. I get ready to come in. One would come in behind me. The other one just lays out there and goes, I'm fine. Just leave me alone.
You do you, boo-boo.
They just like the fact that you went out more than he does.
Yeah.
I do need to take him on more walks.
Well, we know why Carl's outside more. But,
yeah.
It is what it is. But dogs, they just want to be with you. And yours usually are right up your butt, Cameron. So I don't know why they're not there.
They want to go to the bathroom.
So they're standing by the door instead?
No, they're probably. I heard them chewing on a bone earlier. So
not your furniture.
They're probably bugging Dave.
Nah, he's not home yet.
Oh, he's not
home?
No, Dave's not here, man.
Dave's not here. That's a phrase from another show.
I love that one. Always made me laugh. So.
Oh yeah, that was a great story that went with that phrase. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We use it at work every now and again.
Oh really?
Well, and the other one that came from that same movie. Come on, ice cream. So,
that's in a movie?
Yeah, it was in a movie. It was in Cheech and Chong.
Oh.
Yep.
We hired this guy about 2 months ago. He looks like a cross between Cheech and Chong and Uncle Willie Nelson. So we either call him Chong or Uncle Willie.
I don't
He's
know.
like, yeah, it is what it is. He's got the whole personality to match it too.
The Uncle Willie could be misconstrued as a
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a yeah. Uh-huh. Ooh.
So not good. So
he doesn't seem to mind it, so I don't think that's crossed his mind though yet.
But no, I had a lady come up and ask me about checking this house out. I work with her up there.
Uh-huh.
They've been seeing shadows, dark shadows up through there. They're hearing kids play around in the house all the time.
Yeah.
See, that's what would throw me off the most.
And doors and cabinets opening and closing.
Is that a house?
Yeah.
I've played enough horror-based games where hearing children play is an instant panic attack. Just the little laughs and the feet and the ball, it's like, nope, going that way.
But this house
why?
again.
Because there's something evil over there.
This house was probably built in 1880, 1890.
Wow.
Up in Jamesport.
So
back when they built houses to last.
It's Victorian, right? And it's wood.
Yep.
See,
that's going to be a pretty house.
What doesn't it not make sense to you that we live in an area where we get really cold winters, but all of our houses are made of wood?
Yeah.
And I'm from Maryland, where most of our houses are made of brick.
Right.
It's really, really cold.
Right.
I would love to get a cast iron stove for that.
There probably is one in there if it's period.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Those things are awesome.
She burns wood.
Yeah, cast iron stoves were probably one of my favorite heating elements ever created. Although cats are real stupid around them.
Yeah, they are. But
that's always funny to watch the cat. Oh, it's warm. Let me jump on it and take a nap. Crap. I guess you learned that lesson real quick.
Our cat did it on our stove. We have one of those glass top stoves.
Yeah.
And she walked on it, and I was like, I mean, I was right there and was able to get her off before she burned to it.
You're right.
And it scared the living crap out of me.
Bet you won't do that again.
That's why I hate them, and Tammy's got one in here.
What I do is I keep our stove. We don't have a cast iron stove, just our electric stove in our kitchen. Mm-hmm. I keep a pan, an insulated pan on top of it most of the time when we use it.
Right.
For cats. So, but
because cats are as
it never fails. She'll cook something on it, and I'll go up there and be talking and lean against that stove and go, "Oh, good."
Oh, I've got so I'm on a meme page. Shows a lot of funny stuff. This guy and girl were trying to get hot and heavy. They were getting real romantic, and she was trying to cook dinner. And it was one of those electric stoves. He grabs her by her hips, picks her up, puts her on that stove. Boop, killed the mood real quick.
Oh yeah.
Now we had out on the farm when Tammy first met me, we had a Wonderwood wood stove, right? I'd come in from working out on the farm and everything in the middle of winter just froze. Got insulated coveralls on, 3 layers of clothes, but I froze. We'd have that wood stove fired up. I'd go set my ass on top of it. She goes, "You're going to burn." And I said, "Nope, not until I feel it burning. I'm thawing out."
Yep.
But she fell in love with it.
Let me go to medium.
She found out how she could cook on it. She fell in love with it.
Yeah.
That's the only way to cook.
Yeah, we were sitting around the campfire.
That's why I had to get a cast iron pan. I love cast iron, man.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
The big thing there is make sure you season it right and clean it right.
I know I need to get better at cleaning it right. That's my problem. So when I do clean it, after I'm done cleaning it, I put the oil or put the pan on the stove, burn all the water out, put it in the oven, and then just let it sit in the oven for an hour.
Yeah.
Because I still use soap and water, and I know that's anarchy, but I'm lazy. So
you're only supposed to use hot water.
Hot water and kosher salt.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Then season it with your oil.
I'm getting ready to.
But you know what works best for the seasoning?
What's that?
Bacon grease.
But bacon
got a little bit in there from the other day when I made your breakfast dogs.
You liked them so much you had to make them, huh?
Oh.
Except I got cheddar jalapeno sausages and jalapeno bacon.
Okay.
So we got a place.
A little bit of syrup and some Tabasco. I was fat, dumb, and happy the rest of the night.
I went to this butcher the other day called Green Belt or Golden Belt Beef.
Yep.
Is where I went. They had beef bacon. And so I'm going back. I got some 90% ground beef from there.
Right.
Best tacos I've had in years. I got some beef sausage. No pork casings for those of us who don't eat pork or want something a little bit healthier. Hardly any fat was in the pan from these sausages. And I got some 3rd pound hamburgers. I haven't cooked them yet, but I tried enough now where I feel like I want to go back. I want to get some of their beef bacon. They have bologna.
Ooh. Do they have pickled bologna?
No, you can pickle your own. But
I love pickled bologna, but the prices for it are just sky. It's $60 for a small jar now. I'm like, Why?
Make your own.
I don't know how to pickle stuff yet. Calm down.
Pickling is one of the easiest things you can do. It's a little bit of kosher salt, vinegar, and water, and just depends on what size jar. And I can tell you what the ratios are.
Buy you a big jar of pickles and take the pickles out and leave the juice in. Stick it down in there.
It just
So
depends.
here's a funny little pound.
But they're not all dill. That's the thing. You have to know.
Yeah, not dill.
Mine are not dill. Mine are
So,
just vinegar.
Since you brought up third pound patties, here's a fun little fact for you today. Back in 70s or 80s, when McDonald's was really becoming popular, they took an international or a national poll and wanted to see what people wanted. They asked people, do you want a quarter pound or a third pound? And the majority of the people voted for the quarter pound because they thought a quarter pounder was more meat.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's your
I believe that.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that people think that, well, we all know 3 is less than 4, but when it comes to fractions, it doesn't work that way.
Nope.
And you know why McDonald's became so famous, right? For their hamburgers?
No.
They were made out of kangaroo meat in the beginning.
I like kangaroo meat, but it's pretty gamey and tough.
Yep. You look up the history of lawsuits of McDonald's when they got in trouble for selling kangaroo meat.
Well,
Burger King's also been busted for using horse meat.
Yep.
guess what? I ate at Geno's. we didn't have very many McDonald's in Maryland.
I've had kangaroo, horse, deer, bison, gator,
squid.
I've had squid. I was trying to just list land animals. Had squid, oysters, crawfish, caviar, lobster. I still want to try mahi-mahi. That's one fish I've heard is delicious.
That's
it's just
great.
white fish.
Red drum, black drum.
That's good. Mahi's
fish.
one of my favorites. Yeah.
I've had, if my plan is before I die to try every piece of meat on this planet.
I'll send you a skunk.
I'll try it once.
Groundhog doesn't taste very good.
I've heard that.
It's really gamey.
I'm not a fan of duck. Duck, I don't think.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm not a fan of goose.
Duck was really fishy.
I
it
like
wasn't what I was hoping it was going to be.
Duck bacon is excellent.
A little oily, but
yeah, but
it's different. I like it.
But the duck bacon was excellent.
But I hear with like really gamey animals like duck and deer, you have to really, your pre-cooking has to be pretty thorough.
No, not with deer.
Deer
is just a form of beef.
Yep.
Is all it is. It's leaner.
Yeah, it's lean.
See, I had deer and it was real gamey.
It wasn't cleaned right.
Yeah.
I'll guarantee that 100%.
It was from a it was from like one of the big name meat distributors, like one of those guys that's
crap. That was them.
Then that was processed. So
that was processed, and it was game reserves that raise them to sell for meat and stuff. Yeah. But no, you shoot a wild one out here, and you clean it and process it the correct way.
Yep.
Now I had sausage, and it was phenomenal.
And then you take the silver off the meat, you're down to a chunk of red meat, and I mean it is.
Oh, yeah.
I still need to get you down here for a hog hunt, and I got to get up there for a deer hunt.
Do what, Denise?
I said, if you're out there listening and your cholesterol's not going up while you're listening, then you're not listening well enough.
That's right.
We told you it's not normal.
We're red-blooded Americans. We like our meat.
But if you do have questions,
I bleed red, white, and blue. My doctor said I have a problem. I told him he needed to shut his commie mouth. I love that joke so much.
Who's your cat?
I know. She's been on me all day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. These cats have been on me all day. I took the day off. So, Cameron, I took the day off, too.
I took yesterday off. It was
I took the day off.
I take every day off.
And I stayed in bed until around.
If I get 100% disability, I'll be taking more days off.
But you like your job, and you know it.
I do. I don't like waking up that early, and I don't like screwing my team, but I do like sleeping in past 4:30.
Yeah, I was going to say, you have to get up early, don't you?
Yeah, I slept till 11 today.
I'm looking to move closer and try and get my commute down to a half hour so I can wake up at 5.
I don't know if it's worth the expense to move for that.
Well, I still have
How far do you have to drive?
an hour,
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
and I have a big truck.
And it's only 35 miles.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
It's
That
not-
takes him an hour.
That
Yeah.
used to be my drive to work when I used to go in the office.
Okay, Nick, be careful.
Good meeting you, Nick. But I still got 6 months left on my lease, but I've started the process for home buying. I do want to try and buy if I can, because I'm so tired of moving. I'm so tired of moving.
Well, then you better make sure you do your homework on that. Make sure you pick the right place for you.
I've been dealing with a veterans group that helps with home buying and does the VA home loans and everything. And I've
You
kind
know what? The VA loan is the worst one you can get.
Get a FHA loan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the VA loan should be the best one, but it's the shittiest.
It's a
Well,
shame.
I can't do much down.
Terrible.
Well, even with FHA, you don't have to do that much down.
No.
3% usually.
Yeah.
So check it out before you sign anything, because the VA loans, they will make that homeowner do so many things to that house that you don't want done. You don't want it to be pre-treated for termites if it never had termites, because then you're opening yourself up to other shit. Yeah,
right.
It opens you up to all kinds of health issues. We had a friend of ours die because they got their home termited, tented and all that, treated, and their 14-year-old son slept in the basement.
Oh.
No, that smell just never went away.
The smell never went away. He ended up with a brain tumor and died. And he was our friend.
That was back in the 80s. The stuff that they used has been outlawed. You can't even use it.
Right.
Yeah.
They
But
outlawed
still.
years ago.
But still sad.
So what I've found recently for people in my situation, the VA home loan is still a better option. I really haven't seen much on the FHA.
Check it out, though. Just check it out for your own good.
Well, look at what we breathed in at the places we've stayed in paranormal investigations.
The VA should be the best loan out there for veterans, but it's not.
No.
It really isn't. Take my word for it. Dave Ramsey, he says that all the time, and he has veterans call up there, and he talks them out of it. He gives all the reasons not to get it.
Right.
He goes, that should be the best loan. We should do everything we can for veterans.
Yeah.
It should be the best loan, but he goes, it's the worst.
It's sad that we have to watch out for
the only good thing is 0% down, but that don't help you pay it off any sooner.
No. And April may have some feedback on that as well.
Right. Well, I see where April went and picked up Crystal.
Yep.
I told him I'm looking for a good sized backyard.
So they
I want a fireplace, and I want at least 3 or 4 bedrooms, because I do want to have my roommate move in with me, and I'd still like to have a workroom.
I know they picked up Crystal.
Right. I don't know.
Right.
Wisconsin. I don't know how. I'll have to talk to April and find out how they're getting here. So I don't know.
They coming down here?
No. There is an opportunity in Wisconsin.
They can send us some cheese.
Well, considering that Idaho
That's
and the school district there is treating her family like
crap.
I wish they were treating them like
Hi, April. She's in here.
I know. So, but yeah, I don't know how if they're going to Wisconsin or not.
Now, was she moving Crystal up there with her, or just brought her up?
Crystal's just coming up to hang out with April and the kids.
Oh, okay. Good. Good.
So, that's good. I think it's really good. I'm really glad that they're together.
Yeah, I'm glad. They both need to be together for a while.
Yeah,
Wisconsin would be a little bit closer there.
I worry about both of them.
It would, but my God, it's cold up there.
You know what though?
They had a pretty decent winter last year.
They had a pretty decent summer this year.
I'm good with 2 to maybe 6 inches of snow. Beyond that, I'm not going anywhere.
You want to know how much snow I'm good with, Cameron?
None.
A dusting. That's it. I can deal with a dusting. I don't want any more.
When I went through A school, so I graduated boot camp in November. So it was the start. It actually started snowing in Chicago on our graduation day. So we weren't even in our winter gear because it wasn't winter yet. It wasn't snowing. So we're out here freezing our asses off in the middle or at the beginning of this graduation ceremony. Yeah. Get to my A school, still in Groton, Connecticut. Hadn't started snowing yet. But like a month later, it just hit. And when your parents talk about going to school uphill both ways in a snowstorm, I now understand what they mean. Mm-hmm. Because the galley was at the bottom or at the top of a hill at the bottom of a hill. Mm-hmm. The top of the hill was real steep to get back to the barracks they put us in, whereas the galley, it kind of sloped up a good bit. Every time you would eat it, and you were gonna bite the concrete at some point in time during your day. It was guaranteed.
Now you know why they always said they had to walk 5 miles in the snow to go to school.
I had to walk for school in Baltimore.
I only had to walk 2 miles.
I had to walk.
I did
about 1.5 miles to the elementary school.
Oh, here he comes.
And we walked. We didn't have buses. So we walked to school every day.
No, my theory on snow is it can snow 2, 3, 4 inches one day a year, and then that's it. Opening morning of rifle season, then it can be done. It can pop right back up.
Looking for footprints.
That's right.
No, it just makes it easier to see.
Treatment.
That's right.
Hi, buddy.
But
David's home. Oh. Okay. He has to say hi to everybody.
There's our paranormal dog right there.
Yep.
He's definitely not normal, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, he fits the title.
Hey, wiggle butt. Hey, wiggle butt.
Yeah, he's got the headset on, so Gunny can't hear me.
No. Oh, you going back down already? All right, go and do your dog stuff. He just wanted to say hi to everybody, I guess.
So you're going to go in December for surgery, right?
December 10th, I have endoscopy, so they can look at my $62,000 bracelet,
right?
See how it's doing, make sure that it's working right. But again, the thing that I have,
you would know that.
Well, they have to do it. It's part of the
way to get money.
The lube,
or the money making.
The lube oil and oil
Follow
change
the money
that they got to do maintenance wise. They got to make sure that there's not scar tissue on the inside. They have to, that kind of stuff.
Right.
So, but this thing that I have where all this stuff is it's in the same place as that bracelet that they put around there, the Lynx device. They think that it's quite possible that it's related to that. But again, don't know.
Right.
I don't know if there's any reflection maybe off of this. Maybe the CAT scan, maybe there's a reflection off of that, making it look like I've got something wrong. But the thing is here of late, in the last week or so, I've been having a lot of chest pain. I thought it was all reflux. So don't know. So, and I knew it was more than just a school district. I just know it's just a bunch of stuff up there, and it's just all wrong.
Right. So have you guys set up anything, the paranormal, where we're going to be at or anything here lately? Coming up?
Just
the one
June 18th now?
No. July 9th.
July 9th?
Hi, Barbara.
July 9th?
Yeah, July 9th. We've got, it was supposed to be June 18th. It's now July 9th for Ashmore Estates.
Mm-hmm.
Pepper, do you want to come say hi to me?
And October 15th is going to stick for McPike.
Right.
You still want to do Garnett.
Well, David and Charlie were just down there.
You want to say hi? You got to come.
Halloween.
They can't see you over here.
Not down there.
Come over here. Come over here. Okay, Gunny wants back up.
They did a live investigation on Boogie Radio on YouTube.
On Boogeyman Radio, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, David's wanting to get us in there. We're going to try to schedule some time with him.
Okay.
Got
That was the week before.
Oh, that was the week before?
Yeah. Barbara, we're so glad you made it to our area.
Right.
Hopefully it's not going to be too cold for you.
She ought to be in southern Missouri.
If it stays at 40
Didn't you in
degrees,
Springfield?
my window's going to be staying open.
Barbara, didn't you go to Springfield area?
Springfield or Joplin.
You know what? Joplin sounds familiar for a reason.
Right.
So, and that's just straight south of us.
Right.
What, 2 hours?
2.5.
2.5, yeah. That sounds horrible.
You say 2 hours.
What's the dogs doing?
They've got the zoomies. Come on, Pepper. Come here.
The zoomies.
Yeah,
The
they're
random
loud.
spurts of energy. Come here, Pepper. Come say hi.
Mm.
Come say hi.
Yeah, Joplin.
Come say hi. Come here, Pepper.
Yeah, it's just supposed to be kind of possibly rainy and chilly this week. That's all I know.
Have you heard anything about John's wife?
No, I have not.
Say hi.
The last time I heard,
Come on. You have to come up here and say hello.
he accepted her diagnosis. John has not.
Come here. Come here.
So I don't think that there's any way around what.
We haven't
There's
we haven't
nothing
heard
around it.
anything more than when we met with Dave.
Right.
Chewing on me.
When was it?
Around,
Hello, Greg.
hi, Greg. How are you? I know.
Welcome to Paranormal Nation Radio, Not So Normal, where we talk about everything from the paranormal to you name it, we talk about it.
To getting attacked by a couple of dogs.
If you have any questions for us, post it in the chat room. We'll be glad to answer
Greg.
That's a good point. We have 30 minutes left. Anybody have any questions for
Yeah, we
any
have-
of us? I know we saw some new names tonight. If you have any
especially
questions,
for the skeptic up there, over there.
yeah, it's that way, Carl.
Oh,
Wow,
he got me.
that's good. How's Barbara? How's she feeling? I'm glad the baby waited for Grandma to get here.
Yeah, they're hoping for the weekend.
My mom came out one time for me to have Lacey, and Lacey was 11 days late. My mom came out a couple days after she was due.
Mm-hmm.
Lacey came about, about a week after my mom left. Like, okay.
It came around somewhere around March 24th, right in there.
Mm-hmm.
Lacey was born March 24th. But
Oh, well, yeah.
Mom came around
Good, big belly.
March 13th. Because Lacey was actually due March 13th, and Mom came out around March 13th, and
Right.
surprise. My
Oh,
baby,
Barbara, did you come out by yourself or did Chad come with you? I think her husband stayed at home.
well, this baby thing is a lot of times more the moms than the dads.
Right.
So the
She's going to be
problem I
there
have-
for a month.
The problem I have with y'all talking about babies is it's getting to that point in time of year where women are going to start getting baby fever again. So
No, it's
You
not
be
baby
prepared.
Denise has got the look I got. Like, what?
fever. No, you know what it is?
Is this cold weather?
It
Is that
gets
it?
cold, and
exactly, you start getting snuggly and cuddly and wanting to
it's not baby
hold.
fever because every one of mine was. Oh, really? I'm pregnant? How'd that happen? That's what he said.
They look at Cameron and go, damn, I ain't having his kid. Imagine how big it'll be coming out.
My first one was 10 pounds.
But then they find out I'm a human
Hey.
furnace and they're like,
My first one
Tempting.
weighed 10.5 pounds.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you so much. I know you know what's going on.
Yeah.
Greg, with my stuff. So
Right.
I'm actually I
He
don't
probably
feel
knows more than I do.
I don't feel bad. I just don't feel right. That's the big thing. Greg was on our Thursday night show on our network.
Oh, really? Awesome.
Was
There's a lot of great shows over here on the Things Network. You need to
Oh,
go
okay, yeah.
check out all the names, Denise. A lot of them I've never heard of before.
I think.
I know we have a lot
That's
of them.
because YouTube and Facebook likes to block us like-minded people from each
Oh,
other.
I know. But there's a lot of them there from the UK over there. So,
We
Yeah.
keep expanding into the UK for some reason.
well, in the paranormal, it's all over the world, but the UK, it's getting real big and popular over there.
There's no
I'm
doubt.
talking about even the Second Amendment Ranch. We've been getting some more UK viewership.
We even got a lady I talked to the other night. I was on a show with them on Petri Dish, I believe it was. She was from Ireland in the paranormal.
So let me know if we get any Swedish women.
They're not.
You sure you don't want a Russian woman?
I'd like to go to Ireland.
Would you rush through it all? No.
No, I don't think I want to follow in Luke's footsteps there.
Larson.
Let's go over to Ukraine before Russia takes it over and get the Ukraine woman.
I have more pregnancy stories than all of you. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
I don't have any.
And you know what, Cameron? It needs to stay that way.
I'll have kids when I'm good and ready to have kids.
No,
he'll
I mean,
be old and gray. And
yeah.
he'll go, it's about time.
Yeah.
And then blanks.
Yeah, and then blanks.
Well,
and by that,
I mean, do we really want any more little bastard me running around?
No more Viagra. It'll be all sold out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I want you to have a little girl.
Oh,
yeah, with a beard.
I want to see that beard and that hair turn gray overnight.
Oh, yeah.
The moment they're born, because you're going, I'm going to pay.
When that happens, we're going to have to all send him Grecian formula.
Yeah.
And tell him to make sure he uses it only on his head and beard.
Right.
Don't use it anywhere else.
Right.
Because it's still a goat.
They'll turn you gray. Look.
I like how dark my hair is right now. I want to keep it this way as long as I can.
That's right. Keep it in your pants.
Black seed oil.
I'm using it.
I know. My next thing.
Tastes like.
Oh, it's horrible.
Remember, you got the pills now. Don't get them mixed up with your blue pill.
Yeah.
I don't have that problem yet, Carl.
Yeah.
You may want to talk to your physician about that.
Oh, I don't have that problem.
The newest thing that I'm getting is black garlic. I'm going to be taking that because it's supposed to help with inflammation as well.
They grow black garlic?
Yeah, but
there are black apples, so I can see there being black garlic.
I just found they have a supplement for it. I'm going to be getting it and trying it out because if it's considered a superfood, just like some other things are.
I'm tempted to try a liver supplement. I don't like liver at all, but they have liver pills.
They're not. That's not what you think.
I know. It's supposed to be good for your health.
It's basically cod liver oil.
No, this is beef liver. I specifically looked for beef liver.
You sure? You could be like, what's his name in the movie? Liver.
I had his liver with a side of fava beans.
Yeah.
And Chianti, excuse me.
Black garlic. Greg goes, huh?
Yeah, I've never heard of it either. But
I mean, I did say I want to try every single piece of meat on this planet at some point in time. Lawn pig still falls under that category.
What?
I want to try every piece of meat. I want to see what everything tastes like. Aren't you curious in the little bit?
Yeah, I'm already.
What?
I can't say it on the show. So.
Lawn pig.
What is that?
Y'all don't know what lawn pig? Y'all don't watch enough horror movies. Never mind.
We don't watch any horror movies.
Don't worry about it. Carl knew what I was talking about.
We may be into the paranormal, but
it's considered gourmet.
See, what you consider horror movies, I consider comedy. I laugh at those things. Those are fun.
I enjoy them. I don't get scared, but
yeah.
Hey, I got a question. I seen they was going to release Tiger King 2. He's still in prison, isn't he?
I never watched the first bit, so I don't.
Oh man, you missed out, Cameron.
I don't care. It's like I didn't watch the Kardashians.
It's
I didn't
comical.
watch
You will laugh.
Care. He's a methed up dude that's paying guys to be gay with him. I don't care.
I mean it.
Yes, April. Carl's mind went straight to the gutter on that.
Yes, it did.
I didn't miss anything.
But we keep it half.
Bad, Carl. Bad.
Hey, I didn't say it.
No, but you were thinking it.
Well, when StreamYard figures out what you're thinking and it puts it down there, like we had Suits on the show the other day. He was doing his show on Things Network, right? That guy's hilarious. But anyway, he had another monitor up where he was watching it live and had the closed caption on. He's got an English accent. So the words weren't, he goes, oh, that's just straight comedy gold, what they're putting up on there.
I love watching those videos where they have that.
They're hard to understand.
They've got that old, like, Irish,
bro,
Germanic, Scottish, some of the languages that are real heavy accents, and even some country accents that are real thick. The subtitles that these videos are giving are like, it's not what he said.
Oh, I know.
But I love watching the country ones the most because I can understand him. Like, no, I know exactly what he said, and that's not it.
Right.
I think it's funny them putting in all these that kind of stuff. That things that people, when they can't come up with an answer or can't get through their sentence, and they add it all in, and it's like, this isn't even a complete sentence, and you're putting this up there. Like, so I think if you watch yourself on there after you do something like that, it makes you more aware of what you're actually saying when you're saying it. Because
I just say it, and whatever comes out comes out.
Well, we know what comes out.
Yeah,
but yeah, we had.
Oh, don't seem so disappointed with that, Carl. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
With me and my Bob Newhart face, trying to not laugh at that you say. But yeah, we had to do a video for work. Basically a day in the life of our team, and nobody in my team would help out. They don't like our boss. So I helped out. And she goes, I know you have a radio show, so I know that you can do this.
Shit.
Yeah. I told her, bad part is, I said, none of the things I say is scripted. I said, I just say what comes to me. And she's like, oh, that's not good. And I said, yeah. I said, I also cuss like you wouldn't believe. I'll be back.
Okay. She got a phone call.
Yeah, but I saw some new names. We opened up for questions. So if y'all have any questions for us, now's your opportunity to ask.
That's right.
We like to see y'all interact, and we want to give y'all answers to the best of our ability.
Right. If you have any questions about anything, paranormal.
And I'll tell you the same thing I tell people on my other show. At some point in time, I'm going to say something that's going to piss you off.
Yep. It's been done. It's been proven.
Oh, yeah. I love getting the Twitch trolls that come through.
We're not on Twitch right now.
Yeah, we're going to be getting away from Twitch. So
yeah, I've basically moved away from it.
All the keyboard warriors that love to come through.
Right. It's bad.
It's funny for me.
So, Ron, what have you been up to this week?
Only drove 300 miles today.
Oh. Pass.
Yeah, I know.
That's a good.
When you go into Cameron or Bethany?
5 hours.
I haven't been up there, and it's been a while.
I know.
It's been like 3 or 4 months.
Right.
It's on my list, the ones that are overdue for PMs, but I'm taking off this Friday for the Breeders' Cup. So I got started working on that tonight.
But whenever you get up to the Cameron or Bethany, have Denise give me a shout, and I'll try to meet you over there, and we'll go out and get something to eat or something.
All right. Yeah, she usually doesn't go.
Knowing Carl, you're going to be eating good. Just saying.
You should have seen the special I did Sunday and Monday up at the restaurant. We had brisket left over from Saturday.
There you go.
I sliced it into real thin pieces and did brisket sandwiches like you'd see in Arby's roast beef.
Yeah. Did you put a shit ton of cheese on it?
You could have cheese on it. You could have barbecue sauce on it. You could have chipotle sauce on it.
All three. Give me all three we just listed right there.
Right. And you got all that. You got that big burger with all that on it. Big order of fries for $8.95.
Wow.
And we served a ton of them. Where are most of you guys from? Greg, I'm from 50 miles north of Kansas City, Missouri.
Houston, Texas.
We're 30 miles south of Overland Park.
South of Kansas City.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where we're located, Greg. Where are you located at?
Next question.
Because I know where all the rest of them in the chat room are located. Yeah, we got about 14 and a half minutes because there's another show coming on Things Network.
So
Right
if you want to
after this
ask your questions, you need to get them out.
Right. He's from Lake Villa, Illinois.
Oh, okay.
Cool. That's just a hop, skip, and a jump to the east. Big hop, skip, and a jump.
Yeah. Definitely not a stone's throw.
No, when you're in Texas, it's a missile shot to the other town.
Oh, I know. I had to go to boot camp up there.
Hey, we're also planning on either March or April going to Edinburgh Manor.
Right.
Up in Iowa.
Yep.
Probably going to be middle to later April is my guess.
Okay. Yeah, just keep me informed.
Well, because of weather.
We don't want you driving back across 36 in the snowstorm again.
Yeah, really.
Any haunted places near Antigua? Hey guys, I have to go.
It starts getting hard to get in around May.
Barbara's got tacos.
Okay, Barbara. Be safe. Keep us informed.
Enjoy your tacos.
Yeah. I had tamale. We have a tamale season down here. Yep. And it's that time of year again. And there's a company that comes around with a truck and sells tamales. And I skipped out.
A roach coach.
Yeah, kind of. But it's a pickup truck. She sells them out of the back of a pickup truck. And I skipped out the first time. I'm like, I don't know if I really want to try these. You know, I love tamales, but I got to have good tamales. I got these bastards today. I ate the whole dozen of them. I'm sitting over here like, worth it.
Well, at least now you're probably not starving right now then.
No, I'm kind of peckish, but I'll probably just go to bed after the show and wake up hungry.
Well, you know what?
Better than going. It's supposed to be better for you.
I didn't know there was a tamale season.
Yeah, a lot of people make them for Christmas dinner.
Well, yeah, I know that, but I could eat
them. Come on. I could eat them year round as well. But we have down in Texas, we have like Green Hatch chili season, and from New Mexico, we have tamale season.
Mm-hmm. August, September.
But we have it like October. We have it 2 or 3 times a year. It's not just once. It's
near holidays.
Yeah,
because they are so much work. My previous boss, he would take off the day a couple days before Christmas to help his mom make tamales for Christmas dinner. Because
it'd take a while.
It takes a long time for a big family.
Right. So good. Yeah, we're getting ready. This Thanksgiving, we're having a big Thanksgiving dinner at the restaurant. Anybody in town that don't have a place to come, show up.
I'll have to see how our holiday looks and my bank account.
Right. Do something on Friday.
Because we're going to have smoked turkey, deep fried turkey, baked turkey, smoked ham, brisket. What else? Probably some deer meat. Be up there. So
yeah, we're doing our dinner probably around 4:00. Lauren and Becca have to work because people are leaving town, and guess what? They have people who need to have their dogs watched, and they work at a doggy daycare. So Lauren and Becca have to work, and Tyler has to work too.
Right.
But I didn't realize that he had to work on a holiday. And I planned dinner for 4. And Charlie usually comes over.
Right.
And April asked if there's any haunted places near Antigua.
Near where? I don't know where
Antigua.
Where's Antigua? Is it in Wisconsin?
Yeah, Greg,
where'd you see that at?
We've been to Villisca lots of times.
Yeah.
We actually stopped by Farrar on our way back from Paracon in August.
Yes, Wisconsin.
But yeah, we've been to Malvern 4 times.
Yeah, we've been there hot and we've been there cold.
Favorite places. But Edinburgh is I think I want to go there. We'll do Farrar eventually.
Yeah, and we won't do Villisca.
Edinburgh, I've heard a lot more about.
Yeah, we'll only do Villisca now if we can stay the night. The tours are ridiculously stupid.
Right.
15 minutes in, 15 minutes, that's it. And
Villisca, you can't have very many people there. You're going to be climbing over everybody.
Right.
It's little bitty.
You have to do it in shifts.
Right.
And you can hear everything through the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I mean, hell, you can stand in the kids' room and look down into the living room.
Right.
So,
and if your folks are looking for a place to investigate or come up where spirits are around, our restaurant up there has got them going through it left and right.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions? We have 10 more minutes. 9 more minutes.
Snowflakes. Yeah,
snowflakes.
April, we really haven't.
I can't find anything.
Yeah, just on Wisconsin, the only thing we know up there is what a few people we know up there have told us.
There's more
about it. We haven't investigated Wisconsin that much.
The spirits know where it's cold. They ain't going to be there.
Going up there.
There's more Bigfoot sightings in Wisconsin than there are ghosts that I know of. Some of the places
I've never been to Wisconsin.
Number of the places in Wisconsin I've heard about from people that live up there. But yeah,
we didn't look real hard because we didn't. Probably our chances of going to Wisconsin are not very high.
Now, if you move there, there's a better chance that we can come
right.
Especially,
I've been to Wisconsin. I like Wisconsin.
He's a Green Bay Packer fan.
I didn't care for Milwaukee at all, but the rest of the state I actually liked.
So
I used to go up for Chiefs training camp when it was at River Falls.
Right.
So,
but now it's at St. Joe and it sucks.
It's not the same.
It's no good.
And the parking is horrible there, from what I can see. And I always look from the road. But again, I'm the no football fan. No, I'm not rooting for any football team anymore.
My niece bought a new house. She is taking pictures and she has green orbs.
Could be dust, could be water, could be spirits. Without an investigation, we wouldn't know.
Right.
I'd love to tell you, ooh, it's haunted, but I can't tell you.
Oh, orbs.
Yeah. Used to be when we first got started in the paranormal. Orbs
and they call me the skeptic.
No, we are we
debunk. We try to debunk everything possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there was one place she actually saw an orb about the size of a beach ball.
So Denise,
and Joe.
I saw a video, and I know you told me to use palmetto wood.
Palmetto, yeah.
Palmetto wood to clear a house.
Oh, Palo Santo.
Palo Santo, thank you. But I saw somebody wanting to purify their home with sage, and they had the bundle up. They pulled their intake off their air conditioner and let it it sucked that sage down in minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's a really good idea.
Yep.
Instead of having to walk around everywhere.
But does it work the same?
That's a good thing to test.
But the question is are they using it more for the antibacterial properties or are they using it spiritually?
I don't know. I just saw him use the sage in a very interesting manner, and I thought you would find that
I always find
entertaining.
And Greg, I have talked to Dale. I've met Dale.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah, we met him at in Illinois.
I think Lake Villas where they had a bar rescue at that one.
I don't know.
I think I thought it was Lakeville, Illinois.
I have no clue. But
they did a rescue and the guy was he was a pain.
Dale Kazmarek has a lot of experiences that he shares, and I really enjoy him a lot. He used to hang out at McPike Mansion a lot back before we started being there.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago because Sharon talks about him every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we met him at the Mineral Springs Paracon, the first one. And I think it was the first one.
Right.
I don't remember him at the second one, but they've only had
5 more minutes. Any other questions? Come on.
So
But we will be doing some live investigations, even if I got to do them later when most shows aren't on Things Network. They'll see it late at night up there at the restaurant, especially when I'm smoking the meat up there where I got to be up there all night.
Yeah, when you
I keep telling you, you just need to put a cot up there, man.
Got one.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
All right, meat's going. I don't have to be at work for 4 more hours.
come up.
Yeah, but I'm up all the time, and the spirits are up there, but they're locked in the cabinet.
I like sleep.
I got the key, but they're locked in the cabinet.
I'd like to take a cup. I told Ron the other day, I said I really would have liked a few when we were trick-or-treating. Somebody had brought around a margarita truck, or our niece was giving out Jello shots to the adults in Lake St. Louis.
Awesome.
And the word got around.
Yeah, people started looking for them.
Now, Halloween around here, the trick-or-treaters, it was funny. We had about 70 of them show up at the house. Right, I was shocked that many.
3.
But the first big group was about 15 teenagers.
Holy crap.
Right? But I had to give them credit. They had to be with the drama club. They had to be. They were all dressed in 1880s outfits, from the big ballroom dress and the umbrella with the bloody face to the derby with the suit. I mean, they were decked to the hilt. No, I didn't. I didn't grab my phone quick enough. But I told the kids, I said,
You're a lot of trouble.
I've got a lot of respect for you guys. You're not in trouble. You're not out causing trouble. And you dress the part and the spirit all the way up. So I told Tammy, I said, that one just about takes the cake until I look up the street and go, what the hell is that walking down the street? A 6-foot chicken.
Family Guy!
And I went, what on earth? So this white chicken, rooster, whatever it was, come down the street. Dad's walking beside it because it's a waddling like crazy.
Air-filled costumes?
Yes.
I saw a bunch of those this year.
And
dinosaurs and dragons.
I went outside and met him on the street because I didn't want him walking up the sidewalk and probably tripping.
Right.
So anyway, I met him out there. There's about an 8-year-old kid inside this thing with a little white mesh that he can see.
Yeah.
And Dad goes, this wasn't a bright idea. This wasn't a conventional smart idea suit. But he wanted it.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah. So he goes over to the neighbor. I laughed and I said, you got the suit. That one takes the cake this year. He goes to the neighbor and walks up on the porch, and the poor rooster had to duck his head to get up on the porch. And he's so far back, he can't knock on the door, so he's taking the head. And I'm sitting there dying laughing. Dad's at the foot of the porch cracking up. And the older guy over there opened the door, and all I could hear him say, oh, Kentucky Fried Chicken arrived.
So, Denise, since you brought up Jello shots, I have a funny little story. I went to the
2 minutes.
Yeah, you got a minute and a half.
I went to the Orlando haunted thing they do. And this was back when I was in the Navy, when I was stationed in Georgia and drinking heavily. And they were walking around with Jello shots that night. And yeah, and they learned real quick, if they want to make some money, follow the big guy. So I had like 3 cart girls just hovering around me the whole time we were at the event. My girlfriend at the time was like, you need to get rid of them. Like, they're bringing me drinks. I'm not going to get rid of them.
Hell no.
But anyway, it's getting close to time. So, Denise, tell everybody, plug where they can find you at.
You guys can find me on Facebook, and beginning back on November 15th, the Paranormal Pride is coming back to wbhm-db.com.
Right.
Check me out on Monday nights at 7 p.m. Central. And I've already got some real good people booked that I've never interviewed before.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And Cameron, where can they find us?
You can find me and Carl on the Bill of Rights Network, here for the Paranormal Nation Radio Not So Normal, as well as the Second Amendment Ranch.
And you can also find Paranormal Nation Radio over on Things Network Facebook page. Again, I want to thank Jeremy and Nick for inviting us over there. And you can find us every Tuesday night at 5 p.m. right here. And with that being said, I'm Carl.
I'm Cameron.
I'm Denise.
Ron.
See you later.
See you next week.